Buying a used car, it can be a terrifying process. You never know what you're going to get, and it's one of the biggest investments that you'll ever make. But luckily, today we have Jeff Bartlett from Consumer Reports. He's joining us with picks and advice for used cars. Jeff, when we're searching for a car, is used always the way to go?
Well, used can be a great way to save money. After all, a new car depreciates considerably the first, second, and third years of ownership. So by buying used, you can avoid that initial hit. But certainly, with some of the big incentives we're seeing these days, there can be an attraction to a new car. It just depends on your particular needs and budget.
Now, when we're looking for a used car, what are the certain criteria that we want to use? What are the buzzwords and things that we want to look out for?
Well, when shopping used, really the research starts much like it would with a new car. You want to go in with an open mind and find out what cars have performed best in road tests, ones that have great marks for safety evaluations. And then you want to dig into reliability and even owner cost information to understand what you're getting in for. When it comes down to the individual model, meaning you found the one that you really like on the corner lot, then it gets a little more specific, and you really should reach out for help from a professional mechanic who can inspect that specific car and make sure it's in good shape.
So recently you've come out with a list. It's the best and the worst used cars. How did you determine that list? Was it a lot of the similar variables?
We're looking at exactly those things. To make the list, we're looking for cars that performed well when they were new in our more than 50 tests, and then ones that have more than average reliability. And the final cut is we want to make sure that stability control is standard, because this is a vital safety feature.
No, that's true. So now let's go through your list. Let's talk some of the best used cars that you found.
Well, for a mid-size sedan, we picked the Toyota Camry from 2011 to 2012. This is a very desirable car with a nice ride and terrific reliability track record. But if you're looking for something a little smaller, the versatile Honda Fit is a smart choice. It gets terrific gas mileage and offers a lot for the money. If you're looking for an SUV, consider the Subaru Forester from 2009 to 2010. This is a vehicle with great visibility, good ride and handling, offers a lot for the money, and still gets good gas mileage. Then ultimately, if you need something even bigger, look to a model like the Honda Pilot. From 2009 to 2010, this is a large vehicle with 3 rows of seating that offers a lot for a growing family.
Now, for some of these cars, you were referencing certain model years, but in general, can we trust them all the way going down the line, or is it just specifically the model years that you're mentioning?
We tend to focus on specific model years because performance can vary year to year, but all 4 of these cars are a great choice across the board. But we do encourage to look very specific at the details, particularly when it comes to the availability of safety features, which certainly varies over time.
Now, I know a lot of manufacturers, they aren't going to love you for this one, but you have a certain list of cars that people maybe should avoid. Do you mind telling us those?
Sure. Well, there's a good car, there's a bad one. And for this list, what we're finding is essentially cars that either did not perform that well when they were new or have really poor reliability track records. We see models on the list like the previous generation Chevrolet Impala, a mediocre car by any standard and one that's been unreliable. But we also see others like the BMW X5, which is actually a pretty desirable luxury SUV, but it doesn't have a good reliability track record. There are others like the Dodge Grand Caravan and its sister vehicle, the Chrysler Town & Country, and sporty cars like the Mini Cooper S, a car that's a lot of fun but really hasn't proven to be reliable.
Jeff, spring is on the horizon. You know, Memorial Day is coming up, but people are thinking about going and shopping for a used car. Can you give them one piece of advice, maybe, if they get nothing else, just one piece of advice to take with them?
The key thing is to make sure that you're balancing your intellectual choice with your heart-driven choice. There are going to be many great deals, and Memorial Day weekend's a great time to buy cars, but you want to make sure you're making a smart, informed decision and don't rush into it because of a bunch of balloons or a fancy incentive. You want to make sure that individual model really is as good as it looks.
Jeff, as always, thank you so much. Great tips.
Thank you.
And if you want a complete list of Consumer Reports' best and worst used cars, just head to our website, mymassappeal.com, a little bit later today.